think I'm ready to go. I am super behind on videos, and that's not a good thing. Sorry. Make sure safe mode is on. Good. So I won't have any sudden surprises. So I left off basically we had a good chat with Derek, who might be planning something in the future, but I can already tell you we're not gonna see that because I'm not spoiling that. I believe it was 16. Yeah. Right. I unlocked another spot I can run off to. I'm not sure if I did the chapel already. It is late at night. I gotta get stuff done. Let's get rolling. Oh, Oscar, are you shopping for something? Yep, a refill for my ink pen. Ink? The novel I'm working on is quite long, so I keep running out of it. Wow, you sure do have a lot of energy to be doing that on top of all the training and lectures. I'm missing something. I forgot what that is. I totally forgot what that is. Anyway, novel. Has a change in scenery made a huge difference in your writing? It has. Ever since I came here, it feels like an inspiration. Ever since I came here, it feels like inspiration just keeps coming. Because there's plenty of stimulating things. If you're writing a novel, then you must be a walking encyclopedia. Yeah. Curse me, already bad start. If you're writing a novel, then you must be a walking encyclopedia, right? I'm not sure about that. I guess it depends on the field. I might be pretty biased in my knowledge. Like, what about nobility? Nobility? I may have some knowledge about that. Why do you ask? One of the Harshrake students said I should know something about it. I can't sympathize, but I'll tell you everything I know. Yay! Social status. While we're at it, can I ask one more question? What? So many of the Harshrake students here are of high status. Is that the kind of country Harshrake is? No, family history is one of the screening discussions had during the entrance interviews. Our college accepts so many nobles because they have reliable backgrounds. I mean, what could be a better form of identification than the title of noble? Why? Because being a noble basically means you have an unbroken and continuous family lineage. It's not a title you earn in a day. The history of your family is used as a guarantee for your identity. Oh man. Stop screwing up. Flies. It's not a title you earn in a day. The history your family has built is used as a guarantee for your identity. Oh, I see. And it's not just the Harshrake students. Some of the Frontail students are nobles as well. Wait, really? Why didn't they say so when they introduced themselves? Many of them don't go out of their way to say it, either because they don't have the inheritance rights or they don't want to call themselves a noble. Oh, nobility. That's probably the only thing I would hate about this time period, or this supposed time period. Heck, I think that's still a bit of a problem in society today, but I mean, you don't really notice it as much. Don't have inheritance rights. I'm not sure what that means. And this means it's easier for nobles to get in the Knights College. But why do they even come here in the first place? There's still so much I don't know. Social status! Continue on the conversation on this line. Can I ask something else? There's something I thought was strange. Why would a noble even bother becoming a knight? Can't they just live off the income they make from their land or something? Did I say something weird? I'm genuinely curious. I know, I was just trying to think of how to explain it. First of all, basically the only one who can inherit the titles and deeds held by a noble family is the eldest son. What? Really? It's called the limited inheritance system. This means daughters and all preceding sons usually must find other jobs. Nice. I had no idea. I just assumed they all got an equal share of the inheritance. That would lead to every inherited piece of land and property getting more and more divided. Land ownership would get more complicated and families would weaken. That's true. So a lot of those without inheritance rights choose elite jobs like doctors and lawyers. But becoming a knight is the most popular. With the small field of competition, large salary, and high qualities needed, it makes for an honorable position where you get to contribute to society and serve your country. That's way... I feel like that's a typo. I'm sorry. It just caught. I just read it over, and I just read it over to make sure I wasn't gonna read it incorrectly. Well, I wasn't gonna say it incorrectly, and then I'm like, huh? That's why it's so popular. No, I need to let my mind go with it. That's why it's so popular. I see. It's pretty straightforward. Especially for nobles who care about appearances more than anything else. Getting to say, oh, there's a knight in my family, is a surefire way to move up in social circles. Or in this case, hey, I have 10,000 followers on Twitter. I don't. I have like 980. I have like 980 followers on Twitter. And probably dropping. Anyone in the noble family besides the eldest son could be a knight. What expectations they must always have. I see. So that's why there's so many sons and nobles here. Correct. They want to be a knight as a result of being a second or third son with no inheritance rights. So that's how it is, huh? Thank you, Oscar, for clearing all that up. Oh, social status. Oh. There's so much I hate about it. But I guess with that, it's not so bad if you use that as your ambition. Anyway, moving on. Tattoo. By the way, I saw a tattoo on Professor Celio's left hand. A tattoo? It was the same tattoo that the man who killed Rico had. What? Really? Well, maybe he's just a fan of Rico? I understand if he wanted one of Rico, but why get the same one as his murderer had? That certainly is strange. Maybe he just likes villains? Not only that, but he wears his gloves in the bath too. Not only that, but he wears his gloves in the bath to keep it hidden. If you got a tattoo from a book you love, wouldn't you want to show it off? do have a point. Also, when I asked him about it yesterday, he acted like he had no idea what I was talking about. He also put a knife to my throat, telling me, saying that I saw nothing. It wouldn't be a big deal for him to say he's just a fan, right? Keeping his gloves on in the bath to hide it? Playing dumb? What's the point of doing all that? If he wants to hide it so badly, he shouldn't have gotten it in the first place. It certainly is suspicious. I know, right? Perhaps the man with the tattoo really does exist, just like Rico. I suppose Rico could have been killed by a tattooed man, and that man could be Professor Celio. Celio. I wish the website had pronunciations for these names. And that explains why he'd want to hide. That explains why he'd want to hide it. You really think so? It all sounds so ridiculous, though. Yeah. So, how's the search for alcohol going? Oh, you mean what Grant was talking about? That doesn't concern me. You're not much of a drinker, huh? Not really. I'm not either. As you can see, they don't sell it here. You'll have to ask a professor. A professor? Why don't you ask Professor Derek? He might be willing to bend the rules for you. Why? Because you two are friends, right? Oh, does it really look that way? You seem like you enjoy talking about him. No, I don't. Well, maybe I do. But being friends with Professor isn't so bad, is it? Why would it be? I can't think of a reason why you shouldn't. You know, because I don't want it to look like I'm trying to be a teacher's pet or something. I don't think the students here see it that way. Huh? Didn't Professor Celio say networking is an important skill for knights? Oh, yeah, he certainly did. I totally forgot. So, I just see it as you having one of the right qualities needed to become a knight. I see. I never thought of it that way. Affection gone up. Like social link break up. I think that's it for him. Got to learn more about knights and social circles. Oh, Professor Celio. Is he praying? What could he be doing that for, I wonder? Oh, we meet again. Hello. Are you praying for something? This isn't praying so much as repentance, I suppose. Repentance? Well, even I have my reasons. I probably shouldn't ask. Yeah, it was like, ask him and then die. I was like, I died in a church. Alright. Oh. Alright. May I ask a question about your lecture from earlier today? Of course. Please do. Are you sure it's okay for me to meet with someone as respected as Lord Shet? Why wouldn't it be? Like, in terms of security. Don't worry. Dragons are on a level us mortals could never reach. He is by no means a weak creature. If 1,000 of us took him on at once, not one of us would be able to even touch him. His own power is the strongest security he could ask for. Dragons are really that strong? Yes. They are rumored to be so powerful they could wipe out an entire country if they wanted to. I know this guy named Bahamut who basically nukes an entire battlefield. Okay. What? But they wouldn't do that. Dragons and mortals have a mutually beneficial relationship. Is that really true? It's been said that Lord Shet can not only see a person's EP potential, but also their true nature. So we'll be able to see if anyone with malicious intent gets anywhere near him. He'll be fine, don't worry. It's more important that you worry about yourself. You'll cry during exams if you don't properly review my lectures. I will. Oh. How big of a wound can your EP heal? I can heal anything that isn't fatal. Once you're dead, there's nothing I can do. What? That's amazing! Thank you, but I don't personally find it a very interesting ability for two reasons. What are they? First, unless it is an urgent situation, medical technology can do the same thing. What is our level of technology here? I mean, clearly we don't have smartphones, but we have smartphones. We do old style mail, but what is our level of technology here? My EP is at most an extension of technology, but being able to heal in a matter of seconds makes it so much more than that. Well, it is an ability that's helpful to the world. So, but because of that, I am bound to this island. That is the second reason I don't find it very interesting. Lord Shet isn't the only important person on Craig Island. There are many more who are important in their own right. It is useful for them to have someone with my ability nearby. They have me live here as insurance just in case they get injured. Like a Professor Daedric bites off more than he can chew and gets his ass kicked? I'm only guessing. I was given this high position of the Knights College president, despite my young age, because of that. Oh, I see. The idea that I'm being kept here as insurance for my superiors is not a very pleasant one. As I said, it is not an interesting ability. Powerful? Yes, but not interesting. Is that so? Depending on what your ability is capable of, someone could make use of it for themselves. My apologies. I was just grumbling to myself. Please pretend you didn't hear it. Didn't hear that at all. Please pretend you didn't hear all that. Okay. Speaking of amazing EPs, I'm curious about yours as well. I've never seen one like it before. It's quite unique and strange. It could make something huge happen in the future. You think so? I hope you're right. Please have confidence. It was an ability recognized by Lord Shet himself. You're right. Thank you. And this one's locked because you gotta finish the game. You gotta finish the game at least once to get this. Well, if you'll excuse me. Okay, goodbye, Brandon. I'm starting to get a bit tired. I should go take a break in my room. Which is why chapel won't be complete until, like, the second cycle of this game. And that honestly ends day 2, but there is an epilogue. There's an epilogue to this chapter. I should take a break soon. Anyway, but before that, that's Theo and Professor Celio are talking to each other in the hall. Let's do a bit of eavesdropping. Of all the people to eavesdrop on! It truly does make me happy to have a student who asks so many questions. However, why didn't you ask this earlier during my lecture? I thought it would be awkward for you to answer it in front of the other students. Huh? During today's lecture, I told you about my talented brethren who were rejected for interviews because of their lack of EP potential. Yes, that's right. I acted as if I understood at the time, but I still don't. Not having the potential for EP is all that stopped them from becoming knights? Is that really all it takes to reject such gifted men? You seem to hold your friends in high esteem. They aren't my friends, just men who, after me, were the most fitting to become knights. He is not ashamed to put everybody else in second. Oh, Theo. Alright, anyway. What a shame. If only they had EP potential, I'm sure they would have made excellent knights. They don't deserve a chance just because of that. You know, you could still enroll them with the hope that their potentials will eventually blossom. I'm afraid that's not possible. Why? When a person who can't develop an EP steps into an EP spot, like this college, death is all but certain. Death? It is invisible to our eyes, but EP particles are released from EP spots. EP particles are highly poisonous when inhaled by an ordinary person. People like us have a predisposition, or rather, a tolerance for it. I should have paused there. That is why, with the help of Lord Shet, we sort out those who have a resistance. I see. So no matter how skilled you are at academics or combat, you won't be accepted if you don't have a tolerance. Correct? I gotta put my Theo back in. Because my Theo is supposed to be deeper! Yes. But those other things are still important. They are required of a knight. We are simply protecting the lives of those who do not have a tolerance. I see now. This time I really do understand. My apologies for not explaining it sooner. We will cover this in class at a later date. EP particles. Poisonous? Tolerance? So what he means is we're living in a toxic substance right now. I didn't say that right. So what he means is we're living in a toxic substance right now? That's a bit disturbing. Yeah, shame it's not, what do they call it? Shame it's not Gundam 00's GN particles, where there's good GN particles and bad ones. Oh yeah, I saw Lord Shet again today. What? No, wrong. You mean personally? That's right, just the two of us. Why do you get special treatment? Why do you get special treatment? Oh man, I have lost my grant. Oh. It's not like that. He just wanted someone to talk with. Well, he's got plenty of people to talk to, doesn't he? Honestly, I don't think he does. You want to come with me the next time I see him, Grant? Do you want to come with me the next time I see him, Grant? What's with that reaction? I don't know what he's gonna do to me. What the heck do you mean by that? What do you two talk about? The Doran's bath. He said he'd like to try it out. Seriously? Is that really what he said? It is. Running into Lord Shet in the bath. Oh. Why should you... Oh. Alright. Got me on that one. Running into Lord Shet in the bath. I can't even imagine what that'd be like. Sounds scary. You don't have to be afraid of him. Everyone is so scared of Lord Shet. I don't think there's anything scary about him, though. Except the fact that he that bit is still hilarious to me. And he basically, oh my god, he did all that, and he did it for no reason, just for fun, because he was bored. All right. Bath time! Alright, who we get? So, who should I invite? Oh yeah, I don't get... Oh yeah, this one is... I know who that one is. I gotta finish the game for that one though. Lord Shet or Oscar? I don't think... I'm trying to remember, but I think I want to go with Lord Shet. Should I invite Lord Shet? I mean, he did say you will invite me and no one else. What the heck was his voice? I've forgotten, and it's been less than a week. I commend you for I commend you for inviting me as you promised. I am honored, Lord Shet. Now I get to see for myself what kind of bath the students use on a daily basis. I see. So this is what it looks like. A bit confined, but what an elegant construction. He looks up at the sky as he soaks in the water up to his shoulders. Lord Shet, is life hard as a dragon? I was not expecting such a question. I was just thinking, it doesn't seem like you get to have much fun. Well, just being born a dragon, I have had many responsibilities placed on my shoulders. What are you responsible for? Things such as lending people my wisdom and strength, keeping balance in the world, and promoting evolution and growth. Wow, that's all so grand. You help people too? They help me, and I help them. What are the dragons ultimately trying to achieve? What do you think? I wonder... I think I want to make this world into a kingdom made of sweets. You're joking, right? Possibly. Huh? No way. That had to be a joke, right? This is the only bath scene you're getting! The only one! It's all you'll get from me! Another tiring day. Good night, Grant. Oh, that... Yeah, the one I'm thinking of, that happens later. Alright. The following day's free time. As I'm sitting in my room thinking of where to go, Oscar comes to visit. There's something I need your help with. You need my help? That's rare. Usually it's the other way around. But if I can be of any help, what is it? I just wanted you to read the novel I'm working on and get your opinion on it. What? Me? Yes. Do you not want to? No, I'm just not sure how helpful I can be. I don't read that much. That's okay. Even those who don't read have valuable opinions. As a fellow Rico fan, I want you to be the first one to read it. Please? Well, I guess I'll try, but don't put too much weight behind my words. Okay, thank you. It's not very long, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time. I'll read as much as I can today, then... I'll read as much as I can today, then. Here should be good. While reclining against the tree in the rear garden, I flipped through the pages of the book Oscar gave me. It's the story of a young knight named Finn. Oh, that. Finn was engaged to be married to a girl. Her name was Stella. It was their parents' decision for them to marry, but the two liked each other and were happy just to see their meeting as fate. But one day, Finn and Stella were out shopping. They were attacked, and Stella was shot and killed. It was an outlaw hired by imprisoned criminals Finn had caught in the past. They had him attacked to get revenge. They had him attacked to get revenge. I feel like that's a typo. I feel like that's bad. Like, it's not proper grammar, but whatever. Keep going. Finn is furious and seeks his own revenge on the criminals, but that doesn't bring Stella back. With his terrible loss completely turning around his once happy life, Finn quits being a knight and sets out on the wandering journey. But the regret of not being able to protect Stella does not disappear. His grief continues to consume him. Having lost all hope of living, he wanders aimlessly around the country. Barely eating, wandering, finding cheap inns to sleep at. The cycle repeats over and over. Oh boy. With no destination, he vacantly searches for a place to die. A long period of time passes this way. Whew. Then on the cliffs, by a small coastal town, he is a complete by a small coastal town he is a complete stranger in. Finn decides to die. Choosing to end his life in the most unceremonious way Stop. Alright. Choosing to end his life in the most unceremonious way, he jumps. He made a self-defeating and desperate choice to bring a dull end to his dull life. Sorry about that. Wait. He's going to die? Dang it, I don't have a book. I don't have a book nearby. I closed the book at the part where the story is about to continue. I was so engrossed in reading it that I finished the prologue quicker than I realized. I'll read the rest later. I ended up spending all my free time reading. I was given this novel to review it, but now I just want to know what happens next. Oh, that's me with certain games. Certain games. What did you think, Brandon? I've only gotten through the prologue, and I can't wait to keep reading it. Really? What are you guys talking about? Brandon is reading my novel for me. You didn't want to ask me? You read books? Hey! Don't treat me like an idiot! Well, once Brandon is done, I'll have you read it too. Leave it to me! I'll have to finish it as soon as possible. I'm completely captivated by Oscar's novel during the next day's free time as well. I leaned against the tree and quietly read on. Finn has decided to take his own life by jumping off a cliff. However, just as he's about to do so, he meets a young man on the cape who looks just like Stella. When he saw him, his heart stopped. He's the spitting image of Stella, despite the gender difference. When Finn can't help but ask his name, the young man says Terra. Even their names sound similar. Feeling like his luck has turned around, Finn quickly lets the idea of suicide go and invites Terra to a meal. His first decent meal in ages, and the amazing variety of flavors gives him a sudden new outlook on life. Finn peppers Terra with questions, but it seems he has absolutely no relation to Stella. He didn't know her, nor were they something like long-lost siblings. Finn can't find anything connecting them, let alone a blood relation. It is purely by coincidence that they look alike. Even so, Finn wasn't the least bit disappointed. Just the fact that someone like Stella exists is enough to bring him joy. It seems that Terra's family lives in poverty, and he works in a brothel as a male prostitute. Okay. How do I describe a brothel? Although this basically does describe what a brothel is. How do I describe it? It's essentially a place where you just rent where you essentially rent someone for that kind of work. Like, you just rent someone just for the sake of pleasure. You rent a person for the sake of pleasure. I guess the best reference I can think of, if you played / watched Detroit Become Human, there is literally a chapter where you do that, where not necessarily do that, but you're investigating a crime that happened at such a place. I believe it's like mid-game, late game. I believe it's like mid-game, late game when that happens. Where Connor and... what the heck's his name? What the heck's the other guy's name? Or Connor and his partner go to that place and they basically deal with that. I'm trying to keep it as SFW as possible. I'm sorry. But yeah, basically, if you think of that scene in Detroit Become Human, that's basically what a brothel is. Terra had captured Finn's interest, so he would go to the brothel every day and pick him. They didn't do anything but enjoy a friendly chat, though. Finn would tell Terra, who was uneducated and had no knowledge of the world, all about the work he did as a knight. Terra listens to his dramatic stories like they were tales from another world. Likewise, Terra seems otherworldly to Finn with his town's unique culture. They were an inspiration to each other. They each made up for what the other lacked. Finn's kind of treatment gradually began to build Terra's trust. Before too long, he started to develop feelings for him. Being a male prostitute, he was the least likely person for someone to fall in love with. Tara knew that better than anyone else. He was nothing more than a substitute for the woman named Stella. He thought he understood that from listening to Finn's stories, and manages to keep himself from asking more. And then, about 2 months after their fateful encounter, Finn proposes the idea of starting a new life together. How much money do you make as a knight? I can't calculate that in my head. Anyway, he asked him to quit being a prostitute and live with him, to live together. The serious look in Finn's eyes causes Tara to burst into tears, and he decides to leave town with him. Tara, I'm so glad you met Finn. I'm sure they will be able to turn their lives around. They have such a good life ahead of them. But this book still has 3 more chapters. I'll save the rest for later. I should stop here. I hope it has a happy epilogue. To think Oscar wrote this based on his experiences at being at Knights College, and I'll throw that in when we reach the end of the. How's the reading going? I'm glad they get to be happy together, but I get the feeling something bad is about to happen. Ah, so that's how far you are, huh? Well, I won't spoil it for you. Oh, are you talking about the hero and his love interest? Love interest? I guess it does seem that way. How does it end? Just tell me that. Wait, stop. I haven't finished it yet. No, don't you want to know what happens next? I'd rather find out for myself. I guess Grant is the kind of guy who doesn't care about spoilers. He probably would post the spoilers. He'd probably be the type of person that would post the game spoilers before the game even released. It's like, hey, here's your It's like, hey, here's your Final Fantasy VII Remake spoilers before the game came out. Oh, that's not funny. Don't do that, people. Nope, not at all. You're weird. Once again, the following day's free time. I have decided to read the rest of Oscar's novel in one sitting in my room. Which I wish there was a picture for this. It's better in here, where no one will disturb me. I want to finish it today, no matter how it ends. Finn bailed Tara out and has decided to take him back to his hometown. Being with Tara makes the long road back home feel completely new to Finn compared to when he was wandering alone. The world looks totally different now. It's crisp and full of vibrant colors. Tara happily holds Finn's hand. Without even having to look down, Finn squeezes it back. Gender doesn't matter. Stella's face is definitely there. Even if it's just for a moment, having someone next to him who can fill that hole in his heart gives Finn the strength to walk again. Then as they reach the outskirts of Finn's hometown, Finn notices something feels off. His village. It was different. The humble village he had known was now prosperous. The signs had changed. He had no memory of seeing what was currently on them. The roads had changed. The roads had changed. cobblestone was laid where there had been none before. The houses had changed. Here was supposed to be his Uncle Rand's house. Change, change, change. What once was modest is now prosperous. While painfully squeezing Tara's hand, Finn pushes his anxiety aside and heads to his house. But his home is not there. Another is in its place. How strange. Finn finally loses control of his anxiety. A chill runs up his spine and he is no longer able to stand. Tara holds him up as he slumps down. His face is the only thing barely holding Finn's sanity together. This isn't the world he knew. At that moment, Finn suddenly remembers everything. That day, that coast, and what happened on that cliff. I really did jump. I took my own life out of despair. He watches emotionlessly as he steps off the cliff into the violently crashing waves below. But when he looks around, he notices he's still on the ground. Next to him, a young man who looks just like Stella. That's right. I did die. Tara shakes his head. No, you didn't. You're alive. But I really did jump that day. Yes, you jumped and crossed over. Crossed over? Yes, Finn. You know what's going on. Tell me, Tara, what on earth happened to me? Finn, you... Tara begins to tell him everything. According to him, that cape is connected to another world. On that day, Tara had also gone there to take his own life. But before he could throw himself off the cliff, he saw a man coming down from heaven. He was certain he had fallen, not appeared out of nowhere. That man had landed on the cliff and spoke to him as if nothing had happened. He seemed to see someone else in him, so he decided not to kill himself. As they talked, Tara was somehow able to realize he was not from this world. He jumped like Tara was going to and crossed over to this world. He would be lying if he said he wasn't shocked, but more importantly, he was happy to have someone in front of him who needed him. It gave him joy to think that even a life as worthless and meaningless as his was, perhaps was given a task of helping someone. I see. Now I understand why you look so much like Stella. Finn, sensing all this, hugs Tara as he sheds heavy tears. You are the Stella of this world. You came for me. Tara hugs Finn back with a gentle smile. Welcome home, Finn. Now we will be together. The story ends, leaving me with a strange feeling. I think about all I have read and what I want to tell Oscar. Right. It's time I pay a visit to Oscar's room. I thought I turned off notifications. Man, that was incredible. Really? You enjoyed it? It's strange. I thought it was weird, but I couldn't pull myself away. I kept thinking, I can't believe it. But when I read it again, stuff like it was another world and the roads had changed really sold it. That's right. There are things you'll recognize later. The welcome home and you are the Stella of this world at the end were so meaningful. I see. What do you think they mean? The two worlds, the people living in them, look just as similar to each other as the terrain and scenery does. Even though Tara and Stella are the same person, I guess being from different worlds means they have different genders. But maybe that's not really the truth. Maybe Finn took the liberty of assuming Terra is Stella, and Terra just went along with it. Am I right? I don't want to make anything official. I'd rather leave it up to the reader's imagination. Thank you! I see. But it's still nice to have someone else read it. You discovered things that even are new to me. I had a lot of fun reading it too. Thank you. In fact, I had spent the last few days completely absorbed by it. I think it was a nice break from the Knights College. That must be because of his talent. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Maybe something besides feedback? Like advice or pointers? What? No, I'm not good enough to give you anything like that. Sure you are. Your interpretation was quite insightful and interesting. Anything is fine. Just tell me what you think. The safe mode better work. Can I ask you a question that might be a little weird? What? I was wondering, why didn't Finn sleep with Terra? I mean, I understand why he didn't when Terra was working. He would have felt guilty for paying to do it. Well, they could have once they left town, right? Sleep together. Oh, I see. I was a bit confused by what you meant. I guess I've been trying not to think about it too much. Why not? I don't have any experience with something like that. I don't even know what two men do with each other. Then why did you make Terra a man? I thought it would be too convenient for him to be a woman. If there was a woman who looks exactly like her in another world, Finn would have looked like a real jerk if he wanted to switch worlds right away. I guess. I made him a man because I wanted to express the transcendence of worlds by way of a love that transcends gender. You mean Catherine? Sorry. I see. The change in the love interest gender really does make it feel like the world is different. Surely that's more convincing than a sex scene. You should still write one. It'd be a great way to end it. What do you think? I'm not sure about that. Why not? I don't think I can do it. Even though you're such a good writer? This is different. It won't sound convincing if I don't have any experience. Safe mode better work! So, do you want to try it? Huh? You know, what it's like with another man? What are you talking about? You're not sure you can write about it, right? Yeah. Then let's try it. Just a little. No way. You don't want to? I won't say I'm not interested, but I don't want to do something like that with a friend. Really? Sorry, I know you're just trying to help me out. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's just do what we can. In that case, I'd like to hear about your experiences with love. Wait. I'm hardly the right person to ask. What do you mean by hardly? Are you saying you have some? What about you? Haven't you done at least something? I told you, never. I've always been by myself. Do what by yourself? Oh, nothing. Come on, tell me. No. Okay, thank God. I'm not getting banned on YouTube for this. And so Oscar and I spent the rest of the time talking. I wasn't up to the task of helping him with his novel, but I'm sure even that was enough to keep Oscar going. If he becomes a famous novelist one day, I wonder if I'll be able to brag about this moment. The next great author? 55 minutes. I'm missing cards because I'm not sure if I should go back and like get all the cards, because I'm only going as far as chapter 4. It's a tough one. I'll at least show. Well, I might have to run it again on my own just to get the rest of the stuff. Because I'm not sure what cards I'm missing. I can't remember. I can't remember what cards I'm missing. And I'm not sure if that will affect chapter 3 or chapter 4. But I can at least show you the start of chapter 3. And I really gotta get my voice for this one. I wish I wasn't doing this at 2 o'clock in the morning! Because people are asleep. But I'm gonna need this voice. Now, for today's lecture, Professor Cilio begins his lecture as he always does. Well, today being particularly warm as well, as this sunshine streaming in from the windows softly illuminating the room, we all start nodding off. The more I try to get myself to listen to the lecture, the heavier my eyelids get. Just when it sounds like the professor's voice is fading away, my ears detect a loud noise. Professor Cilio! No, wait. Professor Cilio! I, Julius, have returned! A large man I have never seen before slams open the lecture hall door and greets the professor as he enters. So you have. Welcome back. How was your mission? Did you receive any injuries? Not at all! All of the day's work! Really? I'm happy to hear that. So, what do you need? Why are you here? Disturbing my class? Do I have to kill you? I just stopped by on my way back to see this year's freshmen. If that's the case, then allow me to introduce you. Please do! Hey everyone, this is Julius. He is a student here who is 2 years above you. Don't be afraid to talk to me though. Now, if you don't mind, Julius, I was in the middle of a lecture. Oh, excuse me. With his greeting finished, Julius leaves the room. My apologies for the interruption. Even I didn't know he was returning today. Returning? Where did he go? Right now, you all only have lectures and training on the campus. But starting in your second year, you will have many off-campus activities. If I recall correctly, he was acting as a professor. If I recall correctly, he was acting as a professor's assistant who was assigned to be in charge of a certain EP case. What? A student was in charge? It's more like a hands-on learning experience. We assess how knights will respond to actual incidents by sending them outside the campus to learn in the field. I see. But for now, you have your lectures and training. Let's stay focused on those. I never really realized it. But we do have upperclassmen too, don't we? I haven't really seen them, so the thought had never crossed my mind. Maybe there's one who can give me advice on how to get better. I should look when I have time. Listen up. Today's target practice. I should stop here. Oh. I should stop here. I'll go up and let me go up until the free time bit, and then we'll call it. Until now, we've been doing almost nothing but fencing, but this time we'll be introduced to guns. Training pistols have been prepared for us. Targets have been stuck into the ground. Scenes will be practicing by shooting them. As you all know, Knights. Okay, so the Professor Derek voice, the Daedric voice, I'm trying to hit, and I will never achieve. I honestly don't think I'll ever achieve this impression, especially with the microphone like this. Anyway, I'm trying to go for Beerus. I'm trying to go for Beerus. Hey, I want to give him Beerus's voice. As you all know, knights mainly use swords. That's because we want to avoid many accidental shootings as possible. Guns are an effective way to kill, but even the slightest miss could result in a dead civilian. I'm sure you all heard about it from Celio, but because knights travel to other countries, we gotta have the trust of the civilians. If your shooting ends up with dead civilian casualties, the public outcry will make crossing borders a pain in the ass for you. In almost all cases, you will take down criminals by hand or sword. Always remember that. That said, lots of criminals use guns. A sword usually won't do you much good against them. That's why you're all gonna learn how to handle one. That way you'll be able to escape with your lives if it comes down to it. But some countries ban the use of guns. In the end, your own strength is what's most important. After his talk, Professor Derek loads rubber training bullets into each of our guns, and we get ready to try them out. I take a shot at a person-shaped target on the training grounds, then another. It's harder than I expected, and none of my bullets hit. Holy crap, I'm a horrible shot. But that about matches up my skill in House of the Dead or Virtual Cop. Oh, I remember, especially as a kid in the arcade, I put $5 into Virtual Cop, and I was playing with someone else which at the end of the game at the end of your play session they give you a ranking as to what kind of cop you are, well, which is based on how good of a shot you are. I believe he got rank 2, which I believe that's like top cop or whatever. I got rank 9 out of 10, which was Klutz Cop. That's how bad of a shot I was. I wasted $5. I didn't even beat the game. That's how bad I was. Anyway. On the other hand, all of Theo's bullets hit dead center. It seems swords aren't the only thing he excels at. Is there anything this guy can't do? Yes, I hit it again. No? But against all expectations, someone else's bullets do the same. They're Oscars of all people. You're incredible! I never knew you had it in you. It's probably just luck, but hitting the target sure does feel nice. There's no way you can get all of them by luck. Are you sure you've never done this before? You're a natural. Natural? Wow, Oscar. I'm glad you think so. Oscar and I were both terrible at fencing, so it's a little frustrating that he's already this good with guns. I just remembered. I got some good news for you guys today. I can't, I've given up on Beerus. Good news? That's right. That's right. As of today, and I'm going into my grab. That's right. Starting today, you're now allowed to leave campus. We can? Wait, what? I'm sure you all have gotten used to living here by this point. Now you can leave campus and walk around the island all you want. Yes! Now I can go to the bookstore. But couldn't you already order books whenever you want? Are you kidding? Books must be picked out in person. Don't be stupid. Calm down. Just behave yourselves, okay? You got it. Going out, huh? I should try going for a walk in my free time. I don't think that card ever comes up. I know this one does. Okay, I will call it here. I'm going to call it here. Go back to the chapter menu. I'm gonna save it. Oh, the invincible upperclassman. It's still not my favorite chapter. Because my favorite chapter is chapter 4, who features the best one. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I would have to run through it all just to get the rest of the hearts. Which I don't even think I still can get all the hearts. Yeah, still can't get all the hearts, but there is a card missing. Here's a card missing from chapter 2. I'm not sure if I need it or whether or not I need it. Anyway. Well, I shouldn't even bother. Well, I'm gonna call it here. And I gotta get my voice ready for Julius because, oh dear God, like Julius is completely the opposite direction of every other character. Because he is loud. Alright, I gotta go. I got other stuff I gotta record. I got a lot of stuff to record in a short time to do it in. I'll see you guys later. Well, I guess next weekend for more of this till I reach the end of chapter 4. Laters.